Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. For today's episode, we're going to talk about some other potential buyout candidates that can make a impact for the Miami Heat. We know the Miami Heat have been struggling. They're seventh in the East now. They're below 500 once again, and they need some reinforcements. We need more size. We need someone to back up Khalil Ware. And so for this episode, I want to talk about Chris Boucher from the Toronto Raptors and how I think he could fit in well with this Miami Heat roster. So let's break it down. So first off, Chris Boucher, what he brings to the table, he's 6'9". He has a ridiculous 7'4" wingspan, and he's a versatile forward that can stretch the floor, and that's something that this Miami Heat needs. They rely on the three-pointer. As you can see, the games where they shoot a really low percentage, they typically always lose those games. So they don't completely live or die by the three, but they depend on it a lot. And so one thing the Miami Heat lack is size. They're not the best rebounding team. Rebounding battle, again, that's very important for this Miami Heat team. Anytime they win the rebounding battle, they basically always win, which is kind of crazy. But he's someone, again, he could play the stretch five. He could even play the backup four for Bam Adebayo, or he could back up Khalil Ware, who's been starting and playing really good. Again, his three-point shooting is a key asset that can help unlock this Miami Heat bench. And he's hitting 37% from three this season on 4 attempts per game. So not too shabby. That's exactly the kind of floor spacing the Miami Heat need. Boucher is also averaging 10.2 points and 4.4 rebounds in only 17 minutes per game, which is great. He's not even getting a ton of minutes, and he's still putting up double-digit points, which is huge. One of the biggest things Boucher could bring to the Miami Heat, again, is his versatility in the front court. We know Miami loves to mix things up defensively, and he could switch on to different positions. He can guard 3 through 5, in my opinion. And again, whether it's defending those wings or stepping up as a small ball 5, which is something obviously the Miami Heat enjoy doing. They love playing small ball. He would be a great fit for this Miami Heat team. And Miami has always valued two-way players. So again, I think he would fit into this Miami Heat system because he can contribute on both ends of the floor. And while his rim protection is not what it used to be, he's only averaging like 0.5 blocks per game, again, in limited minutes. But that is something he could do. He's a solid defender. And with his length, with his mobility, he's going to be able to help with the interior defense. And even if he needs to go into the perimeter, he used to be pretty athletic. And so he does have that mobility to play a little bit on the perimeter as well off the bench. He would be playing with a Haywood Highsmith, who's also a good defender. And he would play with Nikola Jovic, who would be playing the point forward. So he would give much needed size off the bench as well. And so another good thing, again, is when he does play and if he does play with some starters, his ability to space the floor is the shooting that the Miami Heat needs to open up lanes for Tyler Hero. So Tyler Hero obviously is the spacer for this team. He has that gravity. He's getting all double teamed and blitzed every game. But now with Boucher's ability to shoot, he can spread the floor, take the big outside, and allow Tyler Hero to get to the rim, which he's obviously been doing a lot more this season. He can also open up the lane for Bam Adebayo too, which is great. Another reason Boucher could fit for this Miami Heat's team is we need front court depth. We don't have a lot of depth. Kevin Love is basically not playing whatsoever. And now that Khalil Ware has moved into the starting lineup, all you have is Nikola Jovic, who comes off the bench, not a great rim protector. He's becoming a better defender, but not the greatest defender. He's more offensive focused. He doesn't rebound a lot for someone that's 6'10". So we need depth because, again, we don't really have anybody in our front court off the bench that is going to make this team better. So Coach Spo, we know, is not having the best season, but he's still a master at utilizing player strengths. Right now, his rotations and substitution patterns aren't great, but he does bring the best out of folks. They have the best development program in the NBA. You see what he turns undrafted players into, essentially, giving them opportunities, putting them in the right roles. And he could do that for Boucher. I think that's going to help, this Miami Heat's defense. It's going to help their offense score. We need someone who could shoot. And again, 37%, that's not too bad, obviously, for someone who plays the power forward center position. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he does get bought out. It looks like his opportunity to get bought out is relatively high. His contract expires after this season. So it could be a win-win for both sides right now. The Toronto Raptors are a tanking team, a rebuilding team, if you will. So Boucher could definitely be a good addition to help Miami's playoff run and to help them avoid the play-in. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it makes sense to sign him? We do need a backup point guard or a starting point guard, essentially. Well, maybe Davion Mitchell could be that. We can talk about that later. But we do still need a floor general and a backup big. So what are your thoughts on him being a backup big for this Miami Heat roster? Do you think he's a good fit? Let me know in the comment section again. And also don't forget to subscribe for more NBA and Miami Heat updates.